G'day, g'day, g'day. It's Silverstone in F1 Manager. Practice 1, not looking promising, 16th, 17th. George has 3 upgrades for this race and Lewis has 1. The reason why Lewis only has 1 is because he had the upgrades before George. So George is just now getting that more complete car than Lewis. I'm assuming this was for Silverstone. It might have been for the previous race in Austria. If you haven't watched that, go check that out. But yeah, spoiler alert, as we get 95 and 97% setups. But George isn't that confident with the track for some reason.
Well, we're about to find out in qualifying.
The high-speed corners at Silverstone are a great challenge for the cars and drivers. The technical Sector 1 rewards strong mechanical grip, while high-speed aerodynamic efficiency will come into play in the final 2 sectors.
Esteban Ocon there, Karun. What's the feeling around him at the moment?
They must be feeling good after their fast lap times in practice. Confidence can do great things for a driver, so I'm excited to see how they handle qualifying.
Strap yourselves in. This is Formula 1.
Anyway, into Q1. There you go. They've done an inters lap for confidence, just so they could gain confidence. As yeah. If you want to watch this live, make sure to search up MegaGamer8888 on Twitch to watch it live. I'm currently playing Train Sim World, not live, but there's a train going off of one wagon, which is kind of amusing. Anyway, Perez goes up to 7th. Yeah, last race in Austria we managed to get 4th and 5th, but we had a terrible race. Was it 5th and 6th? No, it might have been 5th and 6th. It might have been 5th and 6th. It was a boring race, whatever happened, and it wasn't great. It wasn't as good as the sprint race where we showed great promise because it was wet. As George goes P2, Lewis goes P4, now P5. But that should be us safely through into Q2. I've never had a car knocked out of any session in this whole career mode. Let's keep that going today. I believe it's round 11 of the season. So that means it would be 34 races without a car eliminated before Q3. So we pray for that, we pray for that. Green for George, green for Lewis. Just need to get, I want to say, above Perez. I want to get above Perez if the car can handle it. If the car can do it. All that train with one wagon is now reversing. It's quite funny. Anyway, George got quite heavily blocked there, and Lewis didn't. So I wonder if that will play into his advantage. As George goes P4, Lewis goes P3, on to Q3. Starting their first laps. I believe both laps are on a fresh set, but if not, this one will be the one on the scrub. Yeah, just ignore me, touch my Xbox controller. George is currently slower than Lewis. Lewis has gone purple, which is interesting. But I believe we're the first ones to go out, so don't take too much notice of that, as George gets a little bit held up through Cops, which it's not a great place to find a car, as Lewis has gone quicker again in Sector 2, but that's understandable with George being blocked. They don't tend to get out the way here, as well as what they do on other tracks. But anyway, up to the flag. Lewis 7 tenths quicker than George. Yeah, George must have been heavily impeded. George has got a slipstream on a Red Bull. Lewis might have a slipstream on somebody. Yeah, George got a really nice slipstream. He's gone green in the first sector. I don't know who Lewis has a slipstream on, but he's gone green as well. This is good. Lewis isn't that far off pole, so if he's going green, there's a real chance of pole here. Improving. By the way, purple means fastest of anyone, green means you're fastest, and yellow means you're slowest of the session. Or just slower than your personal best, rather. I don't know why it's yellow, it should be red, but anyway. Oh no, it should be yellow. It should be yellow, sorry. Because EA do it wrong. George moves up to 6th. Lewis a 10th and a half off pole. Can he get pole? Up to the line. What is it? Oh, a quarter of a tenth. Oh. Oh well, it's P2 and P6 for race
Here we
day.
are, folks. We're back for another day of scintillating F1 action. It's race day.
Silverstone is certainly a circuit rich in Formula One history, from Giuseppe Farina winning the first championship race held here in 1950, right through to Lewis Hamilton's 2008 masterclass on racing in the rain.
Lewis there, getting himself ready for today's race. Karun, how's he going to be feeling at the moment, do you think?
I think it's really great to see them performing at this level, well above what we'd expected. They must be feeling good.
This is sure to be quite the spectacle then, and we've got a front row seat for today's race here at Silverstone. The British Grand Prix is nearly upon us, the drivers composing themselves on the grid ahead of 52 laps around Silverstone. Our attention shifts to Lewis Hamilton and what he can produce in this race.
It's a P2 start for them, an excellent opportunity, and no doubt they'll be looking to grab it with both hands.
Right, let's get to it then. Hold on tight, it's the British Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
I can confirm it is lights out and away we go. Putting them both on high overtake aggression because I know what's possible here. It's definitely going to be a two-stop around here. I feel like some will try and go for the one-stop, but that will leave them in agony. This is a similar race to Canada in my eyes, even worse or even better for us if they do the one-stop than what they did in Canada, because the tyre wear is very, very bad here. Like, it's atrocious. As George has been overtaken by Max, lovely move from Max, unlike with Lando in Austria in real life. I can't wait for F1 Manager 24, they've definitely cooked so hard.
And 5th place after that.
Sorry, I've been talking over that whole overtake anyway. Sainz and Hamilton fighting. I backed off of Hamilton because I knew Charles was just going to do this. He was going to try and run off and damage his tyres. We'll get him at the end of the race, or at least we'll try to. Or maybe Carlos can push us up to him. Ooh! In Canada we had Red Bull Civil War. Now we have Williams Civil War. As George now decides to push on lap 6, gets Verstappen. That was a lovely move, and George is now up into P5 as Carlos goes around the outside of Lewis. Can't quite make the move work. Lewis's medium started to fall off already, it would seem, but Lewis keeps the place. He's fighting for it. He's not going down without a fight, just like what Daniel Ricciardo said he would in real life. Not going down without a fight. But Lewis is going to lose the position for now, but that doesn't mean it's all over yet, as George now moves up to P4 as he overtakes Lance Stroll. As Stroll somehow gets past him because George gives him space when he didn't need to. And now Lewis is trying to fight back against Sainz again on the outside where Sainz couldn't do it, and Lewis can't do it either. Anyway, Sainz goes past again. Lewis tries it on the inside of the chicane. He makes it. He's done it. Oh, cheers, Jeff. That'll help. Lance Stroll spins in front of George. So now it's a 2-4 for the team. Oh, there goes the 26,700. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Mega Gamer. That's my main channel. That's where I post all things from EA's F1 game to Train Sim World to Bus Sim, well, not Bus Simulator anymore, but a whole plethora of games and career modes, so make sure you give it a watch. As Russell and Hamilton are fighting Carlos, George can't quite do anything at the moment. He's not being released yet, but Lewis's pit lap should be soon. It was now. Oh, sorry, Russell's pit lap is actually before, because Russell's on an aggressive medium, hard medium, whereas Lewis is on a conservative / pushing soft, medium, medium. So Lewis can't push as much as what George can, but he can still push to some extent.
Yeah, just keep an eye on your mirrors.
But yeah, George comes in, 3-second stop. Lewis is out in third, by the way. That's a superb position to be. George is just not quite there yet. George does need to push a little bit to get back up to where he should be. Although Lewis hasn't pit yet, so saying Lewis is up to third after he's pit isn't very good because he's not pit. But Lewis actually overtakes Sainz as Russell makes a thumping move on Norris like he did in Austria to win the Grand Prix. What a race that was, race of the season. As there goes one of the Alpines we were fighting. See you later, mate.
Yeah, copy.
As into the pits comes Lewis Hamilton on lap 19 for a set of mediums. That was Lewis's conserving stint done. Now he can be aggressive to the end of the race, and the fact he was P2, I think we can get a podium. Minimum podium with both drivers, I think. Today we've genuinely shown great pace, but it's these pit stops that keep letting us down and make the 2 stops sometimes not as viable as what they should be, because a 3.3 second pit stop should not be happening. But anyway, as George actually overtakes Lewis, but I make George let Lewis through it, I think. Yeah, I make them swap the cars. Lewis gets Hulkenberg around the outside. George goes for it down into turn 1. We're now up to 6th and 7th, and most people haven't pit. Leclerc is the only one to pit, I think. Perez comes in. Hulkenberg comes in. We're now 5th and 6th. Then Sainz. We're now 4th and 5th.
Let's have a
Then
look at the
Verstappen and Alonso. We're now 2nd and 3rd. This is what I mean. Double podium.
And not just one
Perez
car
and
involved in that,
Ocon,
as
I
you
think
can
that is a
see.
fighting. They've hit, and Ocon's gone spinning around. And Perez has surely got to get a penalty of some kind for that. That was ludicrous. That was
And it was
idiotic.
involving Leclerc,
As now Magnussen's still with Russell and trying to fight him. But hey ho.
fails to respond. What caused that, I
As
wonder?
Charles Leclerc. Charles was locked up. Charles was locked up. Charles was locked up. This is like in Cars 1. McQueen's blowing the tyre. McQueen's blowing the tyre. Go, 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 go. We now have to. We can win this race. 3.7 seconds off. That's not that much. It's now 3.6. We're quicker than Leclerc. We were quicker the last few laps than him, and now we're definitely quicker now that he's locked up. As Sainz gets past Magnussen, as we broke DRS from Magnussen, which you could say was a mistake, but I think Carlos will drag George up to the lead battle, which can only be good. As Lewis is now on Leclerc, and on lap 34, Lewis is taking the lead. And Lewis pits in. Now we have to make our extra pit stop and hope we can catch back up to Leclerc, which will certainly be a challenge, but it won't be impossible. It's not out of the question. As Lewis comes into the pits. Old tyres off, new tyres on, aggressive stint on mediums again, 3.1, that's not horrendous by our standards. We've been doing 3.3s and all that, so it's not that terrible. It's not that horrendous. Anyway, let's just keep pushing. As Lewis now comes out P6, yeah, he comes out in quite a comfortable gap. We need to chase. As George comes in, but Leclerc comes in also. Right, that means this undercut's crucial for Hamilton. Why has Leclerc come in? What's he come in for? Has he done medium? He's gone on to soft, so he's on an aggressive strategy compared to Hamilton, who's on the soft medium. Maybe Leclerc's doing Hamilton's strategy the other way around. As George is back onto mediums again, but he'll be aggressive. George has been aggressive in all stints, unlike Lewis, who wasn't aggressive in the first stint because we couldn't afford it on the tyres. Anyway, Lewis, what's happened here? Oh no, Ocon's actually having a stinker. He spun, he got crashed into, and he's just been crashed into again and spun. He's not having a fun race, as Lewis now sets the fastest lap, 3 seconds in front of Charles. And Leclerc sets fastest lap. He's now 1.8 behind Lewis, as George needs to get past Perez, which he does, round the outside into Stowe. We've genuinely got a double podium on our hands if we can get there quick enough. As Leclerc overtook Hamilton, and Hamilton's got past Magnussen. I don't know why I didn't show you the Leclerc move. I guess it just wasn't there, or I didn't find it. Anyway, Hamilton now overtakes Leclerc, and he makes that move stick, and he gets Verstappen. Now he's got 8 laps to catch what, 8 seconds on Carlos, but these two just need to stop their fighting and they can work as a team to get towards the race win. Will they do that? Probably not. Can they do that? Absolutely. Anyway, Lewis now gets the DRS and overtakes Charles Leclerc. He's now fighting him through the chicanes. Lewis can't give this one up to get to the lead. They should be working together, but I can understand why they wouldn't be, because they want to win this for themselves. It'll be Lewis's first British Grand Prix win since 2021, and he goes for Sainz on the final lap. What a move. He's going to come across the line. He's going to win the British Grand Prix for a 9th time. George Russell gets P4, couldn't get Leclerc on the last lap because he had DRS. But we could have got a 1-2 if this race was a bit longer. That is how you come back from no pace in Austria.
What a well-deserved win that was.
And you'd love to see this. The whole team celebrating this magnificent result. The highly decorated record breaker from Stevenage once again taking to the podium.
That's their second win of the season. A brilliant talent who looks so at home on the track.
Well, we might be in Britain, but our podium finishers won't be celebrating with a cup of tea tonight. They'll be staying true to Formula One tradition. And as proceedings start to wind down here, what will Mercedes have made of this result, Karun?
They'll be absolutely delighted to have picked up the win here. What a great outcome that is for the team.
And here in Silverstone, the weekend now draws to a close.
Next round, we're moving on to an exhilarating circuit. Formula One will be taking to the Hungaroring for the Hungarian Grand Prix.
Mercedes are so back in this career mode. That makes it, in this whole career mode, George has got 3 wins, Lewis has got 2. Anyway, it was a real strong race. Unfortunately, Ferrari get the fast lap, but that is exactly what we need to put ourselves back in this Drivers' Championship and Constructors' Championship hunt. Red Bull could easily win it if Perez was a decent second driver, but just like real life, he's not. We retake second place in the Constructors, level on Ferrari, don't get anything in the Pit Stop Championship, but that's to be expected. And yeah, we're genuinely quick. I've not felt this quick with this team in a long time. And yeah, pit stop schedule just not working. All the time the pit stop's getting slower. Please help me with that if you can. Although I'm going to try and see if I can find a video on it, as we're now doing research on the underfloor, quite a big part. The underfloor is a big upgrade. Underfloor, front wing, rear wing and chassis are the 4 most important ones. As we get regulation time, all our time would be reduced, so I'm going to vote against this because I don't feel like it would help us. Well, obviously it wouldn't help us, but when 1 team is neutralised and 5 teams benefit, meaning 6, it will probably get voted for, so we'll probably have less wind tunnel time next season. Both cars in Q3, both cars in Q2. We will not get the fastest lap, I can't guarantee that. If you did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe and search me up on Twitch, MegaGamer8888, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.